Hello, welcome back to Northern Lights. Going to do another quick review. TV series. Might be a little longer than usual. Not by too much. Miami Vice. I'm not going to repeat what everybody else has said about the show. The show is awesome. The first two seasons are the best. And that's all I seen when it first came on TV. And being a product of the 80s growing up in that, I mean, this was the first two seasons, like I said, were just completely awesome. The music was there, the cars, just the style, the atmosphere it had. Ran on NBC from 1984 up to 1990. Total of 5 seasons. You can tell towards in the 5th and part of the 4th that they just weren't in it anymore, and the writing for the shows were pretty bad. Starred Don Johnson, Philip Michael Thomas, and Edward James Olmos later on. I think he wasn't in the first, I think it was 5 or 6 episodes, and then he took over as the lieutenant. I said it was, these are the original DVDs, and they came out. The first 2 seasons, let me just check this third one. Yeah, first 2 seasons are flipper disc, which a lot of people do complain about. I don't have an issue with the flipper disc because I got enough machines in here that if it doesn't work on one, it's going to work on the other one. Not a lot of special features. The first season set has the vibe of Miami Vice building and all that, the style, the music, and all that there. There's no commentary on any of the shows, I do believe. If there would have been some on the first one, but there isn't. These are the packaging that I like. It looks good. I'm sure it looks even better on Blu-ray as most stuff does. My only issue with the Blu-rays is that it's chopped on each side, and I understand that's the way it was filmed. I mean, I got a 60-inch TV. I wanted to take up the whole screen, and it looks good on full screen here. Like I said, the first season is actually the best. Second season is next to that. Then it starts to go downhill after that a little bit. There's a few other shows off and on. Third season, first couple of episodes are okay, but the music is starting to disappear. And Philip Michael Thomas actually grows a beard in the, pretty sure it's the 3rd season. Maybe it is the 4th. No, it's during the 4th. I think maybe it's halfway through the season. Anyway, he looks better with the beard. Not really too many standout shows in 3rd season. The only standout thing that is blasphemy to me was the destruction of Crockett's car, the Spider, which was in disguise was on the Corvette frame and all that. You can't really see it in that one there. And then they replaced the Ferrari. Was pissed off at that car because people kept calling and asking about it. So they asked them, why didn't you ask us about a car and all that? So they gave them 2 Ferraris, the Testarossa. I actually liked the Testarossa car, but this was not a Miami Vice car. This was Crockett's car, and that's a Miami Vice car. And once they switched to this car there, they stopped. A lot of the dialogue when they'd be sitting in a car was always in Crockett's car. But when they switched to this, where it had the roof on it, they ended up using Tubbs's Cadillac more in their scenes where they're driving and talking in it. Only, I think, less than a handful of shows since they got this car that shows them talking in it. It's usually done in Tubbs's Cadillac convertible. It just, when I see it, it just looks like a little dinky car. It's the only way I can describe it. It was a mistake. They should have kept the original car, or got some. I mean, Ferrari wouldn't give them the Magnum PI car. That'd be too weird back then. The fourth season is the weakest of all of them, and there's quite a few shows. Well, in the third and the fourth, Philip Thomas there basically becomes like a third string actor in it. He's only in the background a little bit and all that. And then Don Johnson's starting to disappear. But one of the worst shows, and I don't know who approved it for writing and airing it, was just Missing Hours, having to do with Trudy. It's a Trudy episode, and UFOs are coming down, and it is just horrible. That it should never have been given the green light to be aired, to be even written, and then, oh my God, yeah, let's do this. This is the biggest mistake. And the fourth season is basically devoid of all music. Picks up a little bit in the last couple of shows, and Crockett gets married to Sheena Easton and all that, and that was good because they actually looked good together. And unfortunately, my cat's going to get into this scene there now. I hope you're happy there. And then stuff happens towards the end of the show and all that, and it's basically like Crockett forgot all about her, and he became who he was pretending to be as a cop. He became that character in a couple of episodes there. And then in the fifth season, it deals with that, where he starts coming around again. I hope I'm not in your way, Cat. And the fifth season, I said the first couple are good, and then it's also devoid of the music. The odd show here and there, but it's not. It's just completely changed. And then it ends. And it ends on basically a low note. It's a 2-hour season finale, actually 90 minutes without the commercials and all that, but it was just lackluster. The disappointment, like I said, the first two seasons are the best. I mean, I would have ended the fifth season with the Phil Collins song "In the Air Tonight," because that was in part of the original pilot and all that, and which is still, in my opinion, one of the best pilots I've ever seen in a long, long time, and still now. Just the music in it, and the atmosphere, and the way it was. Overall, it looks good on DVD. This collection is full screen. These are the packaging that I like. This one I'm looking to replace that there, but anyway, I watched it. Anyway, it's a good, it's up to you if you want to get it or not. It's a good, the first two seasons, I just pay attention to those. And it is a disappointment when they blow up this car. And to me, that's like they jumped the shark there. And that was a big, big mistake. Anyway, that's it for that. Thanks for watching. Remember, be kind, rewind.